cried out to the Lord on Israel's behalf, and the Lord answered him. While Samuel was sacrificing the burnt offering, the Philistines drew near to engage Israel in battle. But that day the Lord thundered with a loud thunder against the Philistines and threw them into such a panic that they were routed before the Israelites. The men of Israel rushed out of Mizpah and pursued the Philistines, slaughtered them along the way to a point below Bethkar. Then Samuel took a stone and set it up at Mizpah and Shen. He named it Ebenezer, saying, "Thus far has the Lord helped us." So the Philistines were subdued and did not invade Israelite territory again. Throughout Samuel's lifetime, the hand of the Lord was against the Philistines. May the Lord add his richest blessing in reading and understanding of his word. Sadly say the Bible records examples of what was happening to God's people. If we go start at the 2nd chapter and read through that to the 7th, we'd find out that Israel was constantly being conquered by the Philistines. Not once, not twice. Matter of fact, in one day they lost 30,000 soldiers. They could not beat the Philistines. And then another day they lost 4,000 soldiers. So, every time they turn around, the Philistines was attacking them, killing the soldiers, robbing them, taking their treasures away, and so forth. And, it was constantly, day after day after day, and they couldn't figure it out. I wonder if we really see that happening in the church, in our own lives. Day after day, something comes in and takes over and conquers us. For 20 years, can you live for 20 years having someone coming in and just destroying, killing, robbing you, taking away everything you have? 20 years. It's sad to say that Israel suffered these losses, but, not only that, when the news got back to the priest that his 2 sons were killed in one of the battles, the priest fell over off of his chair and died. Actually broke his neck falling off a chair. And on top of that, his daughter-in-law went into labor. And in her last breath, she named the child Ichabod, meaning the Lord has left us. This went on for 20 years, time after time, and you just couldn't figure out. Do you believe? Let me ask you this: do you believe that Jesus opened eyes? Do you believe that Jesus changed lives? Do you believe that Jesus restores families? Do you believe that Jesus delivered people from bondage? A lot of people are living in the situation, the circumstances today because basically they don't want to change. And that's the problem. That was the problem with Israel. Israel had problems. And one of the biggest problems was they really didn't want to change. But in asking these questions, do you believe all this? Then why don't we see more happening in the church? Why don't we see more happening in our lives? Especially those who say they believe